Imagine a life where you wake up each morning with a crystal clear sense of purpose, undeterred by the chaos and distractions of the world around you. A life where you remain focused on what truly matters, no matter what challenges come your way. This may sound like the stuff of legends, but for one of history's greatest leaders, it was a daily reality. Throughout this video, we'll embark on a captivating journey through the core tenets of Stoicism, as exemplified by Marcus Aurelius. We'll explore how these principles can help us build unbreakable self-discipline, find inner peace amidst chaos, and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Are you ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth? Then let's dive in and explore the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic path to unshakable self-discipline. Principle 1. Focus on what you can control. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a bustling city street, watching the world go by. Cars whizzing past, pedestrians hurrying to their destinations, and the occasional siren blaring in the distance. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer chaos of it all, isn't it? But what if I told you that amidst this sea of noise and activity, there's a secret to finding inner peace and unshakable focus? Enter the first Stoic principle. Focus on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius, in his wisdom, understood that true power lies not in trying to bend the world to our will, but in mastering our own thoughts and actions. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But what does this mean in practice? Imagine you're stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. Your initial reaction might be to feel frustrated, anxious, or even angry at the situation. However, the Stoic approach invites us to take a step back and ask ourselves, what can I control in this moment? You can't control the traffic, the actions of other drivers, or the fact that you're running late. But you can control your own response to the situation. You can choose to stay calm, to use the extra time for reflection or preparation, or to accept the reality of the situation with grace and composure. This principle extends far beyond traffic jams, of course. In our daily lives, we're constantly bombarded with external factors that we can't control, from the opinions of others to the ups and downs of the economy. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience that allows us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease. But how can we put this principle into practice? One powerful technique is to start each day by setting a clear intention. Take a few moments to reflect on what you want to achieve, how you want to show up in the world, and what kind of person you want to be. By focusing on these controllable factors, you'll be better equipped to handle whatever the day throws your way. Another strategy is to practice mindfulness, the art of being fully present in the moment without judgment or distraction. When you find yourself getting caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, gently bring your attention back to the present moment. Focus on your breath, your surroundings, and the task at hand. By staying grounded in the present, you'll be better able to control your own thoughts and reactions. As we explore this principle further, you might find yourself wondering, what about the things I can't control? How do I deal with life's inevitable setbacks and challenges? Fear not, dear viewer, for in the next section, we'll dive deeper into the Stoic approach to resilience and inner strength. Principle 2. Practice self-control and moderation. Have you ever found yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media only to realize that hours have passed and you've accomplished nothing? Or perhaps you've indulged in one too many slices of pizza despite your best intentions to eat healthily? We've all been there, caught in the grip of instant gratification and temptation. But what if there was a way to break free from these self-destructive patterns? Enter the second Stoic principle: practice self-control and moderation. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, understood that true freedom comes not from indulging every whim and desire, but from mastering our own impulses and living with intention. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful statement reminds us that while we may not be able to control the world around us, we can always control our own thoughts and actions. So, how can we cultivate self-control and moderation in our daily lives? One key strategy is to practice delayed gratification. Instead of giving in to every impulse or craving, try taking a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, will indulging in this temptation bring me closer to my goals and values, or will it ultimately leave me feeling unfulfilled? Another technique is to set clear boundaries and limits for yourself. Whether it's setting a daily limit on social media use, creating a budget for discretionary spending, or establishing healthy eating habits, having a clear framework can help you stay on track and avoid the pitfalls of excess. But practicing self-control and moderation isn't just about deprivation or self-denial. It's about finding a sense of balance and purpose in life. When we're able to master our own impulses and live with intention, we free up mental and emotional energy to focus on the things that truly matter: our relationships, our passions, and our personal growth. Of course, cultivating self-control and moderation is easier said than done. It takes practice, patience, and a willingness to confront our own weaknesses and temptations. But the rewards are more than worth it: a greater sense of clarity, focus, and inner peace. As we move on to the next principle, take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with self-control and moderation. Where in your life could you benefit from a little more discipline and intention? What small steps could you take today to start building these habits? Remember, the path to self-mastery is a journey, not a destination. With the wisdom of the Stoics as our guide, we can learn to embrace the challenges and joys of living with purpose and moderation. And who knows, we might just discover a newfound sense of freedom and fulfillment along the way. Principle 3. Cultivate a strong sense of purpose. Imagine waking up each morning with a fire in your belly, a deep sense of purpose that propels you forward, no matter what obstacles life throws your way. This is the power of the third Stoic principle: cultivating a strong sense of purpose. For Marcus Aurelius, this meant aligning his actions with his duties as a leader, philosopher, and moral exemplar. He understood that true fulfillment comes not from chasing fleeting pleasures or external validation, but from living in accordance with our deepest values and commitments. In our modern world, it's all too easy to get caught up in the daily grind, the endless to-do lists, the constant demands on our time and energy. We might find ourselves going through the motions without ever stopping to ask ourselves, what is my true purpose in life? But as the Stoics understood, having a clear sense of purpose is essential for living a meaningful and disciplined life. When we know what we stand for and what we're working towards, we're better able to stay focused, motivated, and resilient in the face of challenges. So, how can we discover and cultivate our own sense of purpose? One powerful technique is to take time for regular self-reflection and introspection. Ask yourself, what are my core values and beliefs? What kind of person do I want to be? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Another strategy is to seek out role models and mentors who embody the qualities and values you admire. By studying their lives and learning from their examples, we can gain insight into what it means to live with purpose and integrity. Of course, having a strong sense of purpose doesn't mean that life will always be easy or straightforward. There will be times when we face setbacks, doubts, and challenges that test our resolve. But as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, these moments are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the very obstacles that we face can become the fuel for our growth and transformation if we approach them with the right mindset and sense of purpose. As we explore this principle further, take a moment to reflect on your own sense of purpose. What drives you forward each day? What kind of impact do you want to make in the world? And how can you align your actions and choices with that deeper sense of meaning and value? Remember, cultivating a strong sense of purpose is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to embrace change and growth. But with the wisdom of the Stoics as our guide, we can learn to live each day with intention, clarity, and a deep sense of fulfillment. So let's keep exploring, growing, and discovering together. Principle 4. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Life is full of challenges, from minor setbacks and inconveniences to major crises and upheavals. It's easy to get caught up in the struggle, to feel overwhelmed or defeated by the obstacles we face. But what if we could learn to see challenges in a different light? Enter the fourth Stoic principle: embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. The Stoics understood that adversity is an inevitable part of life, but it's also an opportunity to test our mettle, develop our character, and become the best version of ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, who faced numerous challenges during his reign as Roman emperor, wrote, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." He understood that life is not always graceful or easy. It requires grit, resilience, and a willingness to embrace the struggle. But how can we cultivate this mindset in our own lives? One powerful technique is to reframe the way we think about challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as obstacles or roadblocks, try viewing them as opportunities for learning and growth. For example, let's say you're working on a difficult project at work and you encounter a seemingly insurmountable problem. Instead of getting frustrated or giving up, try asking yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I use this challenge to develop my skills, my creativity, or my problem-solving abilities? Another strategy is to cultivate a growth mindset, the belief that our abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed through hard work and dedication. When we approach challenges with a growth mindset, we're more likely to persist in the face of setbacks, learn from our mistakes, and ultimately achieve our goals. Of course, embracing challenges isn't always easy. It requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zone. But as the Stoics understood, it's through these moments of discomfort and struggle that we truly grow and transform. Marcus Aurelius put it this way: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the very obstacles that we face can become the catalyst for our growth and progress, if we approach them with the right mindset and sense of purpose. As we explore this principle further, take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with challenges and adversity. How do you typically respond when faced with a difficult situation? Do you tend to shy away from discomfort, or do you lean into the struggle? Remember, embracing challenges is a skill that can be developed over time, with practice, patience, and a willingness to learn and grow. And with the wisdom of the Stoics as our guide, we can learn to approach even the toughest obstacles with a sense of curiosity, resilience, and purpose. So let's keep pushing ourselves, stepping outside our comfort zones, and discovering the hidden opportunities for growth and transformation that lie within every challenge we face. Principle 5. Reflect on your actions and align them with virtues. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the moment, to react to situations without fully considering the consequences of our actions. We might say something we later regret, make a hasty decision, or let our emotions get the better of us. But what if there was a way to cultivate greater self-awareness, intentionality, and moral clarity in our lives? Enter the fifth Stoic principle: reflect on your actions and align them with virtues. The Stoics believed that the key to living a good life was to live in accordance with virtue, to cultivate qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. But they also understood that this was easier said than done. It required constant self-reflection, examination, and effort. Marcus Aurelius was a master of this practice. In his meditations, he writes about the importance of taking time each day to reflect on his thoughts, words, and deeds, to ask himself whether he had acted with integrity, compassion, and wisdom. He writes, "Consider at the close of each day, as you go to sleep, what you did, said, or thought that was not right or was unworthy of your philosophy of life, and put it right now." This simple practice of daily reflection can be a powerful tool for cultivating greater self-awareness and aligning our actions with our values. But how can we put this principle into practice in our own lives? One technique is to set aside time each day for quiet introspection, whether it's through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a few moments to pause and reflect. During this time, ask yourself some key questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I learn from my mistakes and do better tomorrow? By regularly examining our thoughts and actions, we can start to identify patterns and areas for growth, and make conscious choices to align our behavior with our deepest values and principles. Another strategy is to cultivate a strong moral compass, a clear sense of right and wrong that guides our decisions and actions. The Stoics believed that by studying philosophy, engaging in ethical reasoning, and surrounding ourselves with wise and virtuous role models, we could develop our capacity for moral discernment and integrity. Of course, aligning our actions with our values isn't always easy. There will be times when we're faced with difficult choices, competing priorities, or moral dilemmas. But as the Stoics understood, it's through these moments of challenge and uncertainty that our character is truly tested and formed. As Marcus Aurelius writes, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be one." In other words, the path to virtue is not just about contemplation or reflection. It's about taking action, making tough choices, and living out our values in the real world. As we explore this principle further, take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with virtue and self-reflection. How often do you take time to examine your thoughts, words, and deeds? What values and principles guide your decisions and actions? And how can you cultivate greater alignment between your inner life and your outer behavior? Remember, the path to virtue is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, humility, and a willingness to learn and grow. But with the wisdom of the Stoics as our guide, we can learn to live each day with greater intention, integrity, and moral clarity. So let's keep striving, reflecting, and aligning our actions with our highest ideals, and discover the profound sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from living a life of virtue. As we come to the end of our exploration of Stoic principles for self-discipline, let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've taken together. We've delved into the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic tradition, uncovering powerful strategies for cultivating inner strength, resilience, and moral clarity. We've learned to focus on what we can control, to practice self-control and moderation, to cultivate a strong sense of purpose, to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and to reflect on our actions and align them with virtues. These principles, while ancient in origin, have proven to be remarkably relevant and applicable to our modern lives. But the true power of these teachings lies not just in their intellectual appeal, but in their practical application. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The path to self-discipline and inner peace is not a passive one. It requires active engagement, daily practice, and a willingness to confront our own limitations and challenges. So as we move forward from this moment, let us take these principles to heart, not just as abstract ideas, but as living, breathing practices that we can incorporate into our daily lives. Let us set clear intentions, cultivate mindfulness and self-awareness, seek out opportunities for growth and learning, and strive to align our actions with our deepest values and aspirations. Of course, the journey of self-discipline is not always easy. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt along the way. But as the Stoics understood, it's through these challenges that we have the greatest opportunity to grow, to develop our character, and to discover our true potential. So let us approach these challenges with a spirit of curiosity, resilience, and purpose, knowing that each obstacle we face is an invitation to become the best version of ourselves. And let us draw strength and inspiration from the wisdom of those who have gone before us, from Marcus Aurelius and the Stoic tradition, to the countless individuals throughout history who have exemplified the power of self-discipline and moral courage. As we close this chapter of our journey together, remember that the true value of these teachings lies not in their mastery, but in their ongoing exploration and application. The path to self-discipline is a lifelong one, a journey of discovery, growth, and transformation that unfolds one day, one moment, one choice at a time. So let us continue to walk this path together, with open hearts, curious minds, and a deep commitment to living a life of purpose, integrity, and inner peace. And let us trust in the wisdom of the Stoics, who remind us that the power to shape our lives and our world lies not in external events, but in the strength and resilience of our own minds and hearts. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. May the principles of Stoicism continue to guide and inspire you as you navigate the challenges and opportunities of life with grace, wisdom, and unwavering self-discipline.